everyone. This week's story is Puffin Peter. Okay, is everybody ready? Have you got your listening ears turned on? Okay. Peter and Paul were best of friends. Paul made Peter laugh by being funny and noisy. They spent their days happily fishing around their rocky island. One day, while they were out diving, a storm blew up. A big, big storm. Peter was lost. He was blown far out to sea. At last, the storm was over. "Where am I?" said Peter. He opened his eyes. "And where is Paul?" "Hello," said a kind whale. "Are you lost?" "Yes," said Peter. "I've lost my best friend, Paul." "Oh no. Wonder how Peter's feeling now." "Bet he's feeling sad and lonely, isn't he?" "What's he like?" said the whale. "Oh, Paul is funny and noisy. Can you help me find him?" "Funny and noisy, I know just where to look," said the whale, and they set off together. "Here we are," said the whale as they arrived on a small island. "Which one is Paul?" The birds were funny and noisy, but they were nothing like Paul. "Paul's not a parrot," said Peter. "Paul's feathers are black and white." "They don't look like Paul, do they?" "Funny and noisy and black and white," said the whale. "I know just where to look." And off they set. "Here we are. It's rather cold." The birds were funny and noisy and black and white, but they were nothing like Paul. "Paul is not a penguin," said Peter. "Paul's beak is very colourful." "Funny, noisy, black and white, with a colourful beak," said the whale. "I know exactly where to look." And they set off again. The bird on the island was funny, noisy, black and white, with a colourful beak, but he wasn't Paul. "Paul's not a toucan," said Peter. "We're never going to find him." Peter was very sad. The whale didn't know where else to look, so they drifted across the ocean. After a few days, some tiny islands appeared on the horizon. Wow, can you see them? If you look closely just here, you see the tiny islands. Peter was too sad to look as he drifted towards them. "Look," said the whale. "What's that?" It was black and white with a colourful beak. It was funny and noisy. It was Paul! Peter was overjoyed. "So this is Paul," cried the whale. "Why didn't you tell me?" "Tell you what?" said Peter. The whale smiled. "That he's a puffin, just like you." The end. Well, I thought that was a lovely story, and it was a lovely story all about friendship. And that's what one of our challenges is going to be about this week. What I want you guys to do is have a think about one of your friends. And it could be a friend from school, a friend from home, a friend of your family. And I want you to have a little think about, all of the things that make your friend special and why you like your friend. And then I want you to write a sentence about your friend. And that's what I'm going to do with you today. So let me get my whiteboard ready. It's just here so everybody can see. Okay, so you'll have to have some thinking time to have a little think about who your friend is and what it is that you want to write about your friend. Okay, so I'm going to have a little moment to think. Okay, are we ready? I'm going to write a little sentence about Miss Taylor, okay? So I'm going to start my sentence with our tricky word, I. And then let's just move a little bit closer to make sure you can all see. I like, okay? And like is a word that we've been practicing at school, isn't it? But it's a bit of a tricky one, so finger space. I like. I like Miss. Now we're going to use a capital letter because it's her name, isn't it? And we always start our names with a capital letter. I like Miss, finger space, Taylor. Taylor. I like Miss Taylor because, again, that's one of our tricky words. So you might need to practice this a few times with a grown-up, okay? It's got lots and lots of letters in and it's quite tricky to write. So I like Miss Taylor because she is fun. Because she is fun and chatty. Does anybody know what chatty means? Chatty means very talkative, likes to talk a lot. So I like Miss Taylor because she is fun and chatty. How do we spell chatty? Chatty. Okay. What do we need at the end of our sentence? We need a full stop. Okay. Brilliant. Okay, so I want you guys to have a little think about your own sentence and what you can write about your friend. And if you can try and think of one friend and write 3 sentences about them, I will be really, really impressed. I've loved seeing the challenges that you've been doing on Tapestry so far from last week. So I can't wait. Now for our maths challenge, what we're going to do is we're going to go around our house and we're going to collect 10 different objects, okay? So 10 things from around your house. I'm going to use some of these little toys from our magic bucket at school, okay? So can you guys help me to count 10? Are we ready? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Well done. Okay, and then I want you to you can share them out either between you and a grown-up, you can share them out between yourselves and your brother or sister, yourself and a teddy, or maybe you could just use 2 teddies. I'm going to use a rhino and a giraffe. Okay, so I'm going to put my giraffe here. I'm going to put my rhino here, okay? So I want to split these into 2 groups. So first of all, I'm going to split them equally, okay? So I'm going to split them fairly and make sure that both of them have the same, okay? So to do this, I'm going to start by giving 1 to each animal, okay? We ready? Okay, so there is 1 for the giraffe and 1 for the rhino. And then we're going to give another 1 to the giraffe and another 1 to the rhino. Okay, so now they've both got 2 each. Then we're going to give another one to the giraffe and another one to the rhino. One more for the giraffe, one more for the rhino, one more for the giraffe, and one more for the rhino, okay? So then we're going to count how many each animal has. So the rhino has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if it's equal, how many should the giraffe have? That's right, the giraffe should have 5 too. Should we count them and check? Are we ready? 1, 2, 3. Put them there so you can say 3, 4, 5. So the rhino has 5 and the giraffe has 5. Let's count how many they have all together. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we know that 5 plus 5 equals how many? 10. That's right, okay. And if you're feeling extremely clever, you can try and write this as a number sentence, okay? So I'm going to write one now on my whiteboard. So you can write this as a number sentence in your home books. Okay, we ready? So we need to write the number 5. Okay, plus, our plus symbol, or add 5 plus 5 equals how many? 10. Okay, so 5 plus 5 equals 10. Okay, now I want you to do this 5 times, okay, or even more if you'd like to. So I want you to experiment with different ways of separating the group of 10. So next time I might give the rhino 3, and then how many would I give the giraffe to get to 10? See if you can work that out as part of your challenge, okay? And finally, our last challenge is a creative challenge. So what I want you guys to do is create your own stormy sea picture. Okay, so you might want to create the windy weather, the rain, the waves, what else was in the story? Should we have a look in the book and see? Let's have a look at that stormy page. So this was where the storm began. And here, on the next page, is when Peter got lost and blown far out to sea. Okay, so think about the different materials that you might like to use and the different colours that you might like to use to create your stormy sea picture. Okay, and I look forward to seeing what you get up to on Tapestry. I'll speak to you again next week. See you soon. Bye.